Rest in peace, MLB The Show 23. I've been waiting to make this video since about set 3. Now that set 6 is out, we can finally accept the end of MLB The Show 23. Players were overall expecting the best game ever, and they basically got let down, and they uninstalled way faster than MLB The Show 18. Now we gotta ask ourselves, what went wrong overall this year? And how can the game be improved for MLB The Show 24? I did hear a little bit of a rumor that when it comes to MLB The Show 24, the rumor is that the game will not be on Xbox One and PS4, so that will overall just help the stability of the game. The overall online gameplay will just be so much better when they get rid of this. Obviously, the game will still be on the Switch. Without PS4 and Xbox One kind of holding it back, it'll be great. So just like RIP MLB The Show 22, I kind of wanted to dive in and give 3 major issues I had when it came to this year, and also talk about some improvements that MLB The Show 24 can have. So going into the main point I want to dive into is this is the fastest dying MLB The Show ever. Pretty much people gave up after set 2 because once they found out that you lose all of your cards after set 1, it just didn't really seem worth it to play. And also, not to mention how good set 1 and set 2 were. Set 1 and set 2 basically set the stage. You had Randy Johnson, Mickey Mantle, Pedro Martinez, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, just to give you a couple people that they released between set 1 and set 2. And then after set 3, all those set 1 guys are gone. It really didn't give people variety to keep playing the game after they lost their cards that they wanted to use. Granted, set 3 was really good, but most of the people didn't enjoy it because they were mad that they lost their Chipper Jones. I didn't think the game was doing that bad after set 3. It's just after they kept going and going and going, the game ultimately just turned into just the pile of rubble that it is now. The second thing I want to talk about is sets and seasons as a whole. I could probably sit here and talk about this for probably the next week. Most 99s that they released when it came to sets and seasons were not fun or better than the cards that we lost. Most of the good cards in every single sets and seasons were locked behind a collection, chase packs, or really, really long grinds in Team Affinity for a Team Affinity collection. And not to mention, if they did release a 99 overall in another program, which didn't happen till almost the end of the year, they didn't make it worth it whatsoever. Then after everybody started leaving, it turned into a 99, and it just wasn't worth it as a whole. Now they've been releasing a lot of 99 overalls for your CPU grinds that are worth it, that can compete on Hall of Fame and Legend, which is great to see. But again, it happened in December and not in May and June and July. And also, not to mention how they locked all of the good rewards behind chase packs. The motive was pretty clear right there. They were worried about making money. This made a lot of people upset, mainly because of the fact that MLB The Show was kind of the last sports game out there that didn't really focus on pay-to-win aspects. And like I said, this is a page right out of Madden's book, to give you an example. Madden, pretty much almost every single week, releases new content, and they also release new cards and packs, and the best way to get the card out of the pack is buy this pack, and you have to pay money for it. And I know the argument can be made, but it's like, Void, you can technically just earn the amount of stubs and buy a chase pack and hope you get lucky out of it. But again, the odds are really bad. You're not going to get a card out of it. You're going to get a diamond, and when you get a diamond, it's not going to be the gold lights. You're going to see purple, and you're going to cry, and you're going to regret that you bought it, and you're just going to really not want to play the game. And it was pretty much not grind 99 season. It was grind 97, just to put into a collection, just to get a 99. It wasn't fun. The third and final main point of this year, and I want to talk about, is gameplay. Gameplay overall was not bad. Last year in MLB The Show 22, I mentioned a lot about the gameplay and the content was great, and I still stand by that. This year, the content, however, sucked, and the gameplay was actually pretty all right. I didn't have really much of an issue with it. I will say the one teeny tiny thing is, can we please fix dives? We should not be seeing Elly De La Cruz stand behind second base and with one press of a button, dive all the way over to third base, grab the ball, and throw me out before I even blink an eye. But no, overall, I feel like when it comes to hitting and pitching needed a lot of work. I feel like they need to focus on making pitches a lot more accurate with the inputs you put in and also the pinpoint design. And also when it comes to hitting, I feel like hitting needs to find a little bit of a balance when it comes to like just early and right on it with the PCI type of hits. Make that a little bit more of a balance. That'd be great. And also jam shot hits, very bad hits. Please fix those. Those were ridiculous this year. But ultimately, I feel like MLB The Show 23 was not a bad gameplay-wise game. I feel like if you were just an offline player and you only played Exhibition or Franchise or Road to the Show, you thought this game was great. But when it came to Diamond Dynasty, Yeah, people just didn't like it at all, and it sucked. So finally, I want to dive into how we can make improvements and where SDS should go for next year's game. Please get rid of sets, but if you would like to, keep the seasons idea. We don't need them anymore. We learned our lesson. Let's move on. But if you want to do Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, give us 2 months to play them. Drop a lot of content in every week. That idea is a lot better than what they did this year, where they just launched the giant season and then we didn't get anything new for 2 or 3 weeks besides a battle royale that was pretty subpar. I feel like if they can do some like fun events, things we haven't seen before, every single week throughout the season, that would be great, and I think it would keep a lot of people engaged and keep them playing the game. Another improvement I want to see for 24 is make the grind worth the reward. I hit on it a little bit earlier in this video, but I feel like they really need to start giving out, if you're going to release 99 overalls day one, can you please give out rewards in the other programs that are actually worth it? Not to mention also, online grinding was not very worth it either. I feel like a lot of people didn't really care about making World Series and getting the specific card reward like we did in years past. This year, there was a few. There were some good ones, but ultimately, most people didn't really care. Like, at one point, we got Satchel Paige and Juan Soto in the same ranked reward. That's great. It gave people a tough choice. That's what we want out of rewards. We don't want just, okay, we're going to go with this guy because he's the best option. Don't make it one is good or none of them are good. Another improvement that needs to happen is they need to get rid of the no-sell for all of the programs for online. The ranked program, the BR program, and the events, those rewards should not be a no-sell. Rewind packs ultimately help the market stay balanced, and it also allows players to earn the cards that are more expensive. Then they can sell them to people that want to buy them and use them for their collections. They can take the stubs that they earn from that player and turn it into 3 or 4 cards for a collection. Most players aren't going to go 12-0. That's just plain and simple. Most players aren't going to make World Series. They're going to have to get the pack in the program. Just let them sell it. Another point I want to bring up as well is Team Affinity must have 99s. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want to do for Season 1, for the first 2 months of the game, make a Team Affinity and you don't have a 99 in it, that's fine, but there better be a 99 overall in a Team Affinity collection if you do that route. As soon as you start the next phase of the game, there better be 99 overalls in it, because I'm going to tie this next point into it, because it makes the game have variety. It allows players to have options. I don't care if the player uses Chipper Jones all year round, but if he isn't enjoying Chipper and he wants to change out, he can change that card out and he can use somebody else. They don't have to waste that spot in their lineup because they have other options. That's what we need, is we need variety. I'm not talking about, okay, well, I need a Shohei Ohtani in every single set. I'm saying give us a Shohei Ohtani at the start of the year, a flashback if you want to, that's a 99 overall, and if you want to put it in a collection, put him at the end of a program, if you want to put him in the reward path or whatever you do with him, that's fine, and give him a finest later in the year. He'll have 299 overalls. There shouldn't be, oh, we need a Shohei in set 1. We need a Shohei that's eligible to be used in set 3. We need a Shohei for set 5. It's like, we don't need to do that next year. You know, if I want to use a Shohei Ohtani, I'm going to use a Shohei Ohtani. Take that third Shohei Ohtani and use it on a new legend. Or use it on a legend that doesn't have a 99 overall. Please fix that for next year. That'd be great. The last point I am going to say is don't be lazy for MLB The Show 24. Keep the grind going. If you want us to grind as a player base and keep the players around, keep grinding and coming up with new ideas in the office and bring it to the game, because it also shows the player that, hey, they still care. They're going to bring out fire content all year long and make the game so much fun to play. It clearly showed this year that there were a lot of moments they weren't really thinking very well for good content. So please, SDS, for next year, please don't be lazy when it comes to 24. We all are putting in any effort we can to play the game and make sure the game is loved and cherished, but we need the same from you guys. So as I always do, I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments. What did you ultimately think about MLB The Show 23? Is there anything that I missed that you would like to bring up in the comments? Please do so. Start a conversation. Do you agree with some of the points I made? Do you not agree with some of the points? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to comment. I'll respond. I'm pretty good at getting back to comments, so please do so. As always, guys, spread joy and positivity. Have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. I love all of you. Thank you for so much for another amazing year. Let's just hope that MLB The Show 24 is a great game overall. I'm excited for it. Let's see what happens next year. And as always, guys, take care, everybody.